Hello and welcome to our company induction training. My name is Colin Kelly and I am the Health and Safety and Operations Manager for Hagans Leisure. You should have received by now a copy of our company induction training booklet. We take this opportunity to welcome you to our team. Hagans Leisure Group comprises of Sam Hagan UK Limited, Hagans Leisure Limited and Hagans Caravan Partnership. Hagans Leisure Group is a family-owned business which has been successfully trading since 1961. Today the company is still owned and managed by Mr. Sam Hagan and his family. Hagans Leisure Group is dedicated to the provision of a leisure holiday lifestyle that all our customers would dream of. We offer 6 parks across England, Scotland and Northern Ireland, consisting of family holiday parks with various on-site facilities and entertainment, caravan holiday home ownership, which is new or used caravans and or chalets, residential parks with luxury caravans or lodges, holiday parks with touring and camping facilities, and motorhome and touring caravan sales. Hagans Leisure Group is one of the UK's leading caravan holiday park operators. Whether our customers are looking for a fun-packed family holiday or a relaxing short break, we are confident our customers will find just what they're looking for at one of our parks. Solway Holiday Village is situated in Silloth, Cumbria, one of the most beautiful corners of England. Solway Holiday Village offers our customers the perfect setting for a family holiday. Solway Holiday Village is ideally situated for exploring various locations in northwest England, including the Lake District, Hadrian's Wall and Gretna Green. There is something for everyone with the emphasis on family fun. There are good facilities including a fabulous heated indoor swimming pool, entertainment complex, all-weather sports facilities and a beautiful parkland covering over 130 acres. The nearby Victorian seaside town of Silloth is within walking distance of Solway Holiday Village. Beacon Fell View Holiday Park is situated in the town of Longreach in Lancashire, with the breathtaking views over the Ribble Valley. Beacon Fell View Holiday Park, originally a quarry, is set in 30 acres of beautiful landscape parkland, and it offers fantastic family facilities, including a fabulous heated indoor pool, an entertainment complex and outdoor play areas. Beacon Fell View Holiday Park is an ideal location northwest of England and convenient for Blackpool, Liverpool and Manchester. We are within easy reach of the Forest of Bowland, the Pennines, the Lake District and the Yorkshire Dales. There are various activities within close proximity, including golf, fishing and wonderful walks. Situated in the seaside town of Ballycastle, Antrim, Northern Ireland, Causeway Coast Holiday Park is nestled in a mature 20-acre park. There are breathtaking views over the Ballycastle Bay, the cliffs of Firehead and Rathlin Island. Causeway Coast Holiday Park offers various facilities including an indoor heated swimming pool and a park bar and restaurant. Causeway Coast Holiday Park is located on the world famous North Antrim coast. We are only 15 minutes away from Bushmills, the Giant's Causeway and Carrick-a-Reed Rope Bridge. Causeway Coast Holiday Park is a perfect base from which to explore Northern Ireland's magical Causeway Coast and the Glens of Antrim. Local activities include golfing, pony trekking and sea angling. Ryan Bay Caravan Park is located in the shores of Loch Ryan, southwest Scotland, and consists of residential units and caravan holiday homes. Ryan Bay Caravan Park is perfect for enjoying the scenic beauty of Scotland and hosts a number of accommodations and camping and touring facilities. which are suitable for any family. Comprising of its own park pub, Ryan Bay Caravan Park is perfect for enjoying the scenic beauty of west coast of Scotland. For all the outdoor enthusiasts, this peaceful family holiday park is an ideal base for various walks or even a day trip to Ireland by boat. A 7-acre park, Meadowview Residential Park, is beautifully laid out with many plots overlooking unspoiled countryside. Each park home on this BHHPA accredited residential park has its own garden area and benefits from a private driveway. A garage is also available as an optional extra if necessary. Accessibility in this park is excellent within Solway Holiday Village. Lido Residential Park is an established 8-acre residential park where development is now complete. Lido Residential Park is situated adjacent to our Solway Holiday Village, and from time to time it is possible to buy a pre-owned home when an existing resident decides to sell. Based in Northern Ireland, Hagans Motorhomes specialises in motorhomes and touring caravan sales. We are one of the largest stockists of new or used motorhomes and new or used touring caravans. As well as motorhome and touring caravan sales, we have a repair and maintenance workshop, as well as a camping accessory shop. Who is who at head office? The owner and managing director is Sam Hagan. Financial controller is Joe Morrison. Health, safety and operations manager is Colin Kelly. Credit control is Karen Galloway and Caroline Taylor. Accounts and payroll is Donna Irvine. Accounts assistant is Michael Denny. Motorhome and touring sales is Lee Callahan. Who is who at Solway Holiday Village? The general manager is John Finlayson. Facilities manager is Janice Fell. Accounts and admin is Michelle Hodgson. Sales is Laura Thurloway. Maintenance team leader is Peter Hedden. Bar Bistro team leader is Wendy Harrison, and entertainment is Aaron Perry. Who is who at Beacon Fellview Holiday Park? The general manager is John Conliffe. Admin accounts is Susan Farford. Senior administration is Louise McNeil. Sales is Derek Ferry. Bar team leader is Carl Chadwick, and entertainment is Aaron Perry. Who is who at Causeway Coast Holiday Park? Sales and park manager is Colin Marchant. Facility supervisor is Richard Cook. Warden and maintenance is Maurice Rogers, and senior administration is Lisa McAfee. Who is who at Ryan Bay Caravan Park? Sales and park warden is Jim Bailey. The local accident and emergency at Solway Holiday Village is the Cumberland Infirmary. The local accident and emergency at Beacon Fellview Holiday Park is the Royal Preston Hospital. The local accident and emergency at Causeway Coast Holiday Park is the Causeway Hospital. The local accident and emergency at Ryan Bay Caravan Park is the Galloway Community Hospital. The local accident and emergency at head office is the Antrim Area Hospital. What to do in emergency? All relevant information is on the staff information board, and this will include the first aider, the appointed persons, the location of the first aid box, and also the location of any accident and near miss books. In the event of an emergency, all employees' priorities are to assess the situation and don't put yourself in danger. Make sure the area is safe and assess all casualties, attending first to any unconscious casualties, and send or call for help without any delay. If there is an unconscious casualty, you gently shake the casualty's shoulder and ask loudly, "Are you alright?" If there's no response, your priorities are to send and call for help, open the airway, check for normal breathing, and if you're a first aider, you take your appropriate action. If the casualty has severe bleeding, you send and call for help, you apply direct pressure to the wound, you raise and support the injured part unless it's broken, and you apply a dressing and bandage firmly in place. If a broken bone or spinal injury is suspected, you obtain expert help. Do not move the casualty unless they are in immediate danger. Burns can be serious, so if in doubt, seek medical help. Cool the affected part of the body with cold water until pain is relieved. Thorough cooling may take 10 minutes or more, but this must not delay taking the casualty to hospital. Certain chemicals may seriously irritate or damage the skin. Avoid contaminating yourself with the chemical. Treat in the same way as for other burns, but flood the affected area with water for about 20 minutes. Continue treatment even on the way to hospital if necessary. Remove any contaminated clothing which is not stuck to the skin. All eye injuries are potentially serious. If there's something in the eye, wash out the eye with clean water or sterile fluid from a sealed container to remove any loose material. Do not attempt to remove anything that is embedded in the eye. If chemicals are involved, flush the eye with water or sterile fluid for at least 10 minutes while gently holding the eyelids open. Ask the casualty to hold a pad over the injured eye and organise them to get to hospital. Accidents. It is a duty for all employees to report to your line manager or supervisor as soon as possible any accident causing an injury at work, or if any injury is suspected, however slight it may seem. Accidents. It is the duty of all employees to report to your line manager or supervisor as soon as possible any accident causing an injury at work, or if any injury is suspected, however slight it may seem. If it is not possible to report an accident immediately, for example if you've been taken to hospital or you go directly home, one must advise another employee of the circumstances of the accident and the resulting injury. The other employee should report immediately to their line manager. If it is, you must report to your line manager or supervisor any near miss or incident where only by good fortune serious injury was avoided. During management investigation, you must provide details of the injury and the circumstances of the accident to the manager or supervisor. When telephoning your line manager or supervisor to report that you are unable to work as a result of sickness which you feel is due to an injury at work, you must immediately state this and give full details of the accident. All managers and supervisors must notify Colm Kelly, the Health and Safety and Operations Manager, at the earliest convenience following any accident. This can be done by phone, email or text. All managers and supervisors must notify Colm Kelly, the Health and Safety and Operations Manager. It is the duty of each manager or supervisor to manage the situation, obtain information, obtain witness statements, establish circumstance, identify preventive measures, whether short-term and long-term, identify underlying causes, Implement actions to prevent reoccurrence. Evacuation procedures in the event of a fire within the main facilities. An electrically operated fire alarm system is provided. When the alarm call point is used or an automatic detector activates, the alarm will sound. The alarm will be a continuous bell or siren. The fire service can be called using the 999 or 112 emergency telephone line. Upon hearing the alarm, an orderly and immediate evacuation should commence. You should immediately terminate any telephone conversations, do not delay to collect any personal belongings, and leave the premises via the escape routes. These are always indicated by directional signage. On exit, close any doors behind you. Take directions from the fire wardens. Upon leaving the building, always be alert to oncoming traffic. Go directly to the assembly point and report to the fire warden. The company has nominated an appropriate number of fire wardens. The fire wardens have the authority for the premises during an evacuation procedure. Details of the nominated persons for fire warden will be entered into the fire safety file. Fire wardens in the event of emergency should ensure that the premises are evacuated without any delay. Check all toilets and storerooms etc. before leaving the premises. Check that doors have been closed as they leave. Direct the fire authority and emergency services to the scene. At the assembly point, all persons should be accounted for, and all staff and customers should be directed from the premises by the fire safety wardens. The fire warden's duties are: during a fire or any other emergency, the fire warden is to assume full authority and control of the situation. Ensure the evacuation of the building occupants until such time as the fire authority and other emergency services arrive at the scene. Termination and cancellation of any emergency. Collate all relevant information for presentation to the fire service. Report to the fire service as soon as they arrive. Where necessary, direct appropriate persons to prevent any unauthorized entry to the facilities or premises. They should be identifiable by wearing a blue high visibility vest with fire warden indicated on the vest. Evacuation procedures in the event of a fire on the caravan park. A triangle with striker alarm system is provided at all fire points. The alarm should be continuous strikes of the triangle. The fire service can be called using the 999 or 112 emergency telephone line. Upon hearing the alarm, an orderly and immediate evacuation should commence. Do not delay to collect any personal belongings. Close all doors behind you. Upon leaving any area, be alert to any oncoming traffic. Contact the out of hours emergency number and always stay at least 50 meters away from the fire zone. Take directions from the appointed fire wardens. Go directly to the assembly point and report to the fire warden. Fire wardens in the event of a fire. They should ensure that the area is evacuated without delay. Check adjacent caravans are evacuated. Keep a clear zone of at least 50 meters. Ensure that no traffic enters the zone. Direct the fire authority to the zone, and at the assembly point all persons should be accounted for. General fire safety for all employees. See that you know what to do in the case of a fire. Make certain you know your escape route. Keep fire doors and shutters clear and unobstructed. Don't obstruct access to fire extinguishers. Don't hang clothing over or near heating equipment. Don't let paper, oily rags or other rubbish accumulate. Do not smoke in forbidden areas. Switch off from mains any electrical equipment when not in use. The most common form of firefighting equipment are extinguishers. Fires can be broken into 5 classes depending on the fuels involved. Class A is combustible materials, Class B is flammable liquids, Class C is flammable gases, Class D is flammable metals, and Class F are deep fat fryers. There is another category which is electrical equipment. This has not got its own specific class because electrical equipment is not a fuel. Each fire extinguisher can be identified by a coloured band. The red band is for water, cream band for foam, blue band for dry powder, black band for CO2 and yellow band for wet chemical. Please ensure you know which particular fire extinguisher can be utilised for each type of fire. Using a fire extinguisher on a Class A, B or C fire. These fires are the most common that you may require to deal with. Most water, water additive, CO2 and powder fire extinguishers work in the same way regardless of the shape or size. An easy way to remember what to do when operating a fire extinguisher is to think of the anagram PASS. Pull, aim, squeeze and sweep. Pull the safety pin out to free the lever on top of the extinguisher. Aim the fire extinguisher nozzle or hose at the base of the fire, standing around 8 feet back from the fire. Squeeze the handle to release the firefighting agent. Sweep the nozzle or hose across the base of the fire, not the flames, until fully extinguished. All employees' responsibilities. Your most important responsibilities are to take reasonable care of your own health and safety. If possible, avoid wearing jewellery or loose clothing. To take reasonable care not to put other people, fellow personnel and members of the public at risk by what you do or don't do in the course of your work. To cooperate with management, making sure you get proper training and you understand and follow the company's health and safety policies. Not to interfere with or misuse anything that has been provided for your health and safety or welfare. To report any injuries, strains or illnesses you suffer as a result of doing your job. To tell management if something happens that might affect your ability to work, for example, suffering an injury. If you drive or operate any machinery or plant, to tell your employer if you take medication that makes you drowsy. They should temporarily move you to another job if they have one for you to do. In order to protect yourself and others, the following must be adhered to. Understand the job and task. If in doubt, just ask. Plan ahead, ensure you have sufficient time and the right equipment. Do not take chances, shortcuts can be dangerous. Always wear your personal protective equipment. Keep your work area clean and tidy. Always use a safe means of access and egress. Do not use, operate, repair or modify any plant, machinery or equipment unless you're trained to do so. Report all damages or defects to management immediately. Read and follow the instructions on the labels and packagings of any products. Follow the procedures and controls within the health and safety file, risk assessments and cost assessments. Follow any emergency procedures that you've been shown at the induction. Follow any instructions given to you at induction and report any near misses and accidents. When required, the company will supply personal protective equipment. This could range anything between high visibility clothing, steel toe cap footwear, head protection, hearing protection, eye protection, respiratory protection, safety gloves, or other protective clothing. Manual handling. The term manual handling covers a wide variety of activities, including lifting, lowering, pushing, pulling, and carrying. If any of these tasks are not carried out appropriately, there is a risk of injury. Wherever it is practical, mechanical lifting aids should be used to transport goods to their destination. Where manual handling is the only option, you must conduct a manual handling assessment. Good manual handling technique. Always think before lifting and handling. Plan the lift. Can handling aids be used? Where is the load going to be placed? Will help be needed with the load? Remove obstructions such as discarded wrapping materials. For a long lift, consider resting the load midway on a table or bench to change any grip. Adopt a stable position. The feet should be apart with one leg slightly forward to maintain balance. The worker should be prepared to move their feet during the lift to maintain their stability. Avoid tight clothing or unsuitable footwear, which may make this difficult. Get a good hold. Where possible, the load should be hugged as close as possible to the body. This may be better than gripping it tightly with hands only. Always start in a good posture. At the start of the lift, slightly bending the back, hips and knees is preferable to fully flexing the back, stooping, or fully flexing the hips and knees, squatting. Don't flex the back any further while lifting. This can happen if the legs begin to straighten before starting to raise the load. Keep the load close to the waist. Keep the load close to the body for as long as possible while lifting. Keep the heaviest side of the load next to the body. If a close approach to the load is not possible, try to slide it towards the body before attempting to lift it. Avoid twisting the back or leaning sideways, especially when the back is bent. Shoulders should be kept level and facing in the same direction as the hips. Turning by moving the feet is better than twisting and lifting at the same time. Keep the head up when handling. Look ahead, not down at the load once it's been held securely. Move smoothly. The load should not be jerked or snatched, as this can make it harder to keep control and can increase the risk of injury. Don't lift or handle more that can be easily managed. There is a difference between what people can lift and what they can safely lift. Always, if in doubt, seek advice or get help. Put down, then adjust. If precise positioning of the load is necessary, put it down first, then slide it into the desired position. Handling devices. Aids such as wheelbarrows and trolleys should have handle heights that are between the shoulder and waist. Devices should be well maintained with wheels that run smoothly. The following table is a guideline figures for lifting and lowering. This is from the Manual Handling Operations Regulations. We always advise all our employees to only lift what they're capable of lifting. COSH, control of substances hazardous to health. The following symbols are the new international hazard symbols. Please take time to look at these. The following symbols are the old style symbols. These are still found on packaging today. Safe use of gas cylinders. Accidents involving gas cylinders can cause serious injury or even death. This information provides a simple practical advice on eliminating or reducing the risks associated with using gas cylinders within our work environment. Handling and use. Use gas cylinders in a vertical position unless specifically designed to be used otherwise. Securely restrain cylinders to prevent them from falling over. Always double check that the cylinder or gas is the right one for the intended use. Do not connect a gas cylinder to equipment or pipework. When required, wear suitable safety shoes and other personal protective equipment when handling gas cylinders. Do not use gas cylinders for any other purpose than the transport and storage of gas. Do not drop, roll or drag a gas cylinder. Always close the cylinder valve and replace the dust caps where provided when the gas cylinder is not in use. Lifting. Do not use valves, shrouds or caps for lifting cylinders unless they've been designed and manufactured for this purpose. Gas cylinders should not be raised or lowered on the forks of lift trucks unless adequate precautions are taken to prevent them falling off. Transport. Fit suitable protective valve caps and covers to cylinders when necessary before transporting. Caps and covers help prevent moisture and dirt from gathering in the valve of the cylinder, in addition to providing protection during transport. Securely stow gas cylinders to prevent them from moving or falling. This is normally in the vertical position unless instructions for transport state otherwise. Regulators and hoses should be disconnected whenever practical. Ensure gas cylinders are clearly marked to show their contents and the danger signs associated with their contents. The vehicle supplied is suitable for the transport of gas cylinders and is suitably marked to show that it is carrying dangerous goods. The driver carries the appropriate documentation about the nature of the gases being carried. Storage. Store gas cylinders in a dry, safe place on a flat surface in the open air. Protect gas cylinders from external heat sources that may adversely affect their mechanical integrity. Gas cylinders should be stored away from sources of ignition and other flammable materials. Avoid storing gas cylinders so that they stand or lie in water. Ensure the valve is kept shut on empty cylinders to prevent contaminants getting in. Store gas cylinders securely when they're not in use. They should be properly restrained unless designed to be freestanding. Gas cylinders must be clearly marked to show that they contain and the hazards associated with their contents. Safe operation of plant and equipment. Only use equipment if you're trained to do so. You must only operate equipment or plant if you're competent to do so. Always abide by any speed restrictions. Always be aware of other road users. All equipment, plant and tools must be locked away after use. Any damages or defects on all equipment and plant must be reported. Ignitions must be turned off and keys removed when work is being carried out. No plant should be attempted to be jump-started, and inspect tools, machinery and plant before use at all times. Smoking arrangements. A tobacco-free environment helps create a safer, healthier workplace. Workers who are bothered by smoke will not be exposed to it at work. The designated smoking areas will be indicated during your induction. Smoking is not permitted during working hours. Smoking is not permitted in any company vehicle. Welfare. We have adequate welfare facilities in all our parks. These are your facilities and we ask that you always keep them clean. Security alert procedures. If a member of staff discovers a suspicious package or vehicle in the vicinity of the building, the following procedures should be followed. Do not touch it. Move any persons away from the object and contact your manager. If a member of staff is in receipt of a telephone threat, they should obtain as much information as possible. Location of the security threat, the type of threat, time set for detonation, description of explosive or container, any information that be useful to the police, gender of call, regional accent, age, or any background noises. This information should ideally be written down and limit the numbers of staff who need to be informed of the incident. Working dress. Wear the right clothes for the job. Always keep clothes clean, because dirty clothes can offer a fire or dermatitis risk. Loose ends of sleeves, ties or scarves can become entangled. Long hair can get caught up and result in scalping. If protective equipment is provided, wear it. Finger rings or bracelets are dangerous near moving machinery. Head protection will protect your head and perhaps save your life. Safety shoes save toes. Danger can also strike upwards. Be sure your boots or shoes have strong soles. Remove any contaminated clothing immediately and wash. Remember, cotton burns easier than wool. It is worth dressing properly, even for a short job. Care for your skin. The most important factor is personal cleanliness. Barrier cream appropriate to the exposure should be used if gloves cannot be worn. Gloves should be worn for handling rough or sharp materials, but not drilling machines. Cuts or punctures can turn septic. Get first aid at once. Change soil dressings on wounds. Rings on fingers can be dangerous. Use safeguards installed or provided. Wash before eating, drinking or smoking. There may be harmful chemicals on your hands. Do not use solvents to remove oil or material from the skin. Do not use a pumice stone or abrasives for cleaning skin. At the end of the day or shift, wash hands with warm water and soap or cleaning cream and dry well. Clean habits prevent diseases. Electricity. Do not carry out makeshift repairs on electrical equipment. Repairs are an electrician's job. Always check for defective cables, plugs or sockets. Never overload electrical equipment. If a fuse blows, report it. Do not make makeshifts. Switch off and disconnect any equipment that sparks or stalls. Don't let cables trail across portable tools. Don't use lighting circuits for portable tools. Disconnect equipment when not in use, but don't pull cable to disconnect, pull the plug. Avoid kinking, twisting, binding or crushing of cables. Keep all electrical equipment clean and dry. Don't use portable tools near flammable vapors or gases, and don't stand on a wet area when using any electrical equipment. Noise. Wear ear protectors at all times if exposed to a noise hazard. Make sure that earplugs are good fit in each ear and are correctly inserted. Regularly clean reusable earplugs to manufacturer's instructions. Hands should be clean when handling all types of earplugs. Earmuffs should be a good fit to the head all round the seal. See that muff seals are always in a serviceable condition. Do not alter the pressure of earmuffs by bending the headband. If you have difficulty in wearing any type of hearing protector provided, report it. There is no satisfactory treatment for noise-induced hearing loss. Always protect your hearing. Portable electric tools. Before using a portable electric tool, check to see it is properly earthed, unless it is approved type that does not require earthing. Before using an electrical tool, make sure that the casing is undamaged. If it is damaged, don't use the tool. Make sure that all cables, plugs or connectors are sound and properly wired up. Use tools only on the correct power supply as instructed on the maker's label. Make sure that the power cable is long enough to reach your working place without straining it. Keep power cables off the floor. They may get damaged or they might trip somebody. Never stand on a damp or wet surface when using electrical equipment. And keep equipment clean and dry. Portable electric tools should be only used for their design purpose. Never connect a portable electric tool to a lighting socket. Never use worn, blunt or damaged bits or other accessories. Disconnect tools when they're not in use. Electric power tools should be regularly inspected and maintained by a competent electrician. Asbestos. Do not disturb asbestos-containing materials. Before working near any asbestos-containing material, ensure all relevant information and survey reports are obtained. Asbestos. Synthetic resins, glues and lacquers. Dermatitis is a risk with epoxy and polyurethane resins. Instructions for use must be followed. Exposed skin should be protected with a suitable barrier cream. Any resin on the skin should be washed off at once using a skin cleanser. Solvents such as acetone should not be used for removing skin contamination. Special detergent cleaners should be used to remove partially cured resins from tools. If hardener gets in the eyes, flush liberally with water and get medical attention. Catalysts and accelerators should be kept in separate stores. These materials should never be mixed directly together. Hardeners should be stored in vented containers away from flammable materials and any source of heat or ignition. If paper cups are used for resin mixes, they should be destroyed to prevent further contamination, preferably by incineration. Wooden stirrers should be used for mixing resin and hardener. Surplus or waste catalyst resin should be spread over a large safe area to harden before disposal. Dangerous liquids. Don't touch because liquid could be hot. Don't touch because liquid could be acid. Don't touch because liquid may be corrosive. If you get burnt or splashed, flush with cold water at once. Don't smoke near it because liquid may be flammable. Don't smell it because liquid may be poisonous. Don't drink it because liquid may be poison. Always replace the stopper, cork or bung. Wash spills and splashes away with running water. Never add water to acid. Always acid to water. Be especially careful with bottles which have labels missing. Treat all liquids as dangerous until you know they are safe. Housekeeping. Don't leave rubbish lying about. Keep all walkways, aisles and stairways clear. Wipe all spilt oil, grease or liquids. Use a dustpan and brush to sweep up dry materials. Wrap up broken glass in paper and mark it. Stack goods and materials clear of walkways. Keep worktops uncluttered. Don't accumulate scrap or waste. Ensure that access to fire extinguishers is not obstructed. Keep all fire doors and exits clear of obstructions. A clean workplace means fewer accidents. Stairs and walkways. Always use a handrail where provided and take one stair at a time. Report any worn trays or broken and loose stairs to your manager. Don't obstruct your vision by carrying large loads. Use the provided good boxes crates for carrying stock. Make sure the lighting is adequate for the safety everywhere you work and in walkways or stairs. Approach doors from the side away from the hinges, then you can step out of the way if somebody comes through. Stress. Stress is a natural and necessary feature of life. However, continual exposure to high levels of stress can lead to mental and physical health. Recognizing stress is the first step towards reducing the risk of illness from it. Symptoms can be short temper, tiredness, loss of concentration, usual mood swings and anxiety. Changes in eating and drinking habits, sleeplessness and headaches can also be indicators of rising stress levels. If you think you're suffering from stress, you should discuss the problem with your line manager. Work-related violence. Violence to staff can take many forms, including verbal abuse and threats, physical assaults, including the use of weapons, racial and sexual harassment, or even kidnap and hostage. The main causes of violence include the unpredictable behaviour of shoplifters and drug users, verbal abuse. This is more common than physical abuse. Disagreements between customers, customers being drunk, and customers who have used illegal drugs. Impact on staff could be physical injury, work-related stress which can have long-term effects on health, fear and anxiety, job dissatisfaction and then poor performance. You have the responsibility not to put yourself, your colleagues and your customers in danger. You must report any incidents or near misses so they can be investigated. Working at height. This is recognized as a potentially high-risk activity. Before start work when working at height, consider an alternative system of work. Review all the conditions, identify any hazards, and always consider personal safety. Ladders are only permitted for use when a specific risk assessment is carried out. Ladders and step ladders are only permitted to be used when authorized by a manager. If authorized to use a stepladder, you must only use a stepladder for light work. This is not suitable for any strenuous or heavy work. Where handhold is available, where you can always maintain a 3-point of contact with your hands and feet at the working position. Where you cannot maintain a handhold, the use of a stepladder will have to be justified by taking into account the height of the task, a safe handhold still being available, whether it's light work, whether it avoids side loading, whether it avoids overreaching, and whether the user's feet are fully supported. On a stepladder, do not overload it. The person and anything they're taking up should not exceed the highest load stated on the ladder. Should not overreach. Always keep your belt buckle inside the stiles and both feet on the same rung throughout the task. Avoid work that imposes side loading by having the steps facing the work activity. Only use a stepladder on firm ground, on level ground, on clean solid surfaces. and free of loose materials so feet can grip. Shiny floor surfaces can be slippery even without any further contamination. Okay, that is the end of our induction training program. I'd like to thank you for taking your time to listen to all that was said. Always remember, we are all part of a team. Together, everybody achieves more. Always remember, if you have any question, all you have to do is just ask. Following this induction training, you will be given a list of questions. These questions are related to the park which you work at, also parks within the rest of the company. You are to ask members of staff on our park and other parks to get the answers. Some of the answers we may have covered in this induction training, and some answers you have to go and find these out. Once you have completed the questions, we ask you hand this to your general manager, and we will come back to you on your score. Thank you.